welcome to my book report. Today I will be doing a book report on the joy of listening to God. I'm actually very thankful that I chose this book because I relate to it. I relate to it so much. I myself, at the time of choosing the book, I struggled with listening to God, so it has improved me so much. The author itself provided her own experiences into the book. She grew up following her father's footsteps. She grew up not having the closure of responses and comparing her own life, spiritual life, with someone else. For an example, like a friend of hers was having answers and she got frustrated because she herself thought she was doing something wrong because she wasn't getting any answers. I think the last two experiences that she had provided gave her closure, and it kind of just made her never doubt of God's silence ever again, and that gave me hope, and it just really opened my eyes. So she really emphasized on letting us listen to God, sitting in silence. Sometimes we get stuck in constantly praying and asking and telling Him, and we never just sit in silence and listen to Him. She even used the example of sitting down in silence, doing absolutely nothing, saying absolutely nothing, and literally sitting down and hearing God. Sometimes you will get disappointed and won't hear anything. Other times you will get the answers that you were seeking. She also emphasized on how God speaks to us. There are many ways that God can speak to us. He can actually speak to us through a friend, through your own pastor, lectures, in art, audibles, Bible, you name it, visions, dreams. He can speak to us through anything, absolutely anything. But we have to understand that when we receive a message, is it really coming from the Holy Spirit? Is it coming from our own thoughts? Is it coming from the devil? Is it coming from the bad? I think sometimes we can get stuck on leaning to our own understanding. I'm guilty of that myself. So we have to just think, is it something that God would truly want you to do? Is this going to improve your own spiritual life? Is this biblical? And that is just how you know that if it's from the Holy Spirit. If you're still not sure, I think it's important that you pray about it. Sometimes it could be a really big decision and you don't know if you're leaning to your own understanding. And it's important that you pray about it if you're not 100%. But you also have to trust God and have faith in God that if it's something that you feel like you would be uncomfortable with doing, He is taking you out of your comfort zone because He believes in you. I also loved and enjoyed that she emphasized as well that how my relationship can be different than my neighbor's relationship with God. Sometimes we get stuck comparing ourselves with, how God can love someone more than the other. But you have to remember that someone else is putting more work with their relationship with God sometimes more than you are. And you have to understand that the way God has his relationship with someone else is going to be completely different than you. You are a different kind of special as they are a different kind of special to you. Everybody is special in his own way, and he has his own relationship with every single each and one of us. We have to be open, we have to be loving, and we have to continue to work with our relationship with God. We have to be open and willing to receive anything that he wants us to do, say, and think, even if it's past our comfort zone. Sometimes we do have to pray about it. Two of the things that I have gained from this book is understanding that my relationship is going to be different from someone else's. I cannot continue to think that someone else is loved more by God than what He loves me. He loves us all equally so much. So I think I have to understand that myself. And I have to understand to stop continuously asking and praying and wondering and being confused. I have to sit down and make time, which I have myself made time, to just hear God, to let Him talk to me and let Him reach out to me and be more open about it, be more accepting about it. Even sometimes things I'm like, there's no way He would tell me that because He wouldn't want me to be uncomfortable. Yes, He will want you to be more uncomfortable. He would want you to get out of your comfort zone. If He believes in you, He will want you to do that. And sometimes you have to accept that. So that was my book review of The Joy of Listening to God.